outside, one ball, or did catch the outside corner, no balls and a strike. And Coach, let's stay a little bit with Madison Gallagher, who will come up in the bottom of the first inning. But when you have a single player that has been so dominating all season, an average up over 600, what do you tell your pitcher as you go about getting ready to play an individual player that can have so much impact on the game?
Well, you don't give it that play. So you got a pitching plan, you go to a plan, you try to, if she beats your plan, you hope there's nobody on base. If you can walk her, time comes, you do it. You don't stand in awe of anybody.
Off speed again, just outside, 2 balls and a strike on Pignoni. Well, certainly you wouldn't expect the Comets to be at all awed by the moment or the opponent. This was the runner-up last year, championships in 2013 and 2015 under head coach Lacey Kraft. So the Comets come with an awful lot of championship pedigree themselves. Lace to right, juggled and caught by Carissa Deeds in right. Pignoni hammers it to right, but Deeds there for the catch for out number 1.
Great focus there out there in right field by Deeds to be able to stick with that one.
Yeah, this is tremendous concentration and not an easy ball to handle, and Deeds comes up with the big play, 1 down. That'll bring up Megan Wachholz, the right fielder for Palomar, and Wachholz comes in with an average of 469 on the season. No home runs, 38 runs batted in. Palomar as a team, a batting average of 390. Stephanie Troja in the circle, off-speed pitch, low, count evened up, a ball and a strike. Sarah Fisher waits on deck for Palomar. Samantha Renteria due up 4th if anybody can get on. Curveball, sky high to left. Moving in, it's Augenstein. Xylee Augenstein with the catch. 2 up, 2 down for Troja here in the first.
Stephanie Troja working on a scoreless inning streak of over 20 innings in the past 3 games pitched. And in the last game, I witnessed her have a bases loaded, nobody out jam, 3-0 count. You assumed a bunch of runs were going to score, worked her way out of the jam. So she's definitely got confidence on the mound.
Yeah, how about San Jose in the postseason? 4 consecutive shutouts over the last 4 games. Outscored their opponents 31-0, and this isn't during some easy stretch in the middle of the regular season. We're talking about the playoffs here. And 4 consecutive shutouts as Troja works with 2 down and the base is empty to Sarah Fisher, the third baseman. Troja ready, the left-hander, curveball high and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. The count on Fisher. San Jose making their first return to the State 8 since 2008. But it's been a long line of success. In on the hands, but muscled out into right for a base hit for Fisher. So the Comets have a base runner with 2 down, and that'll bring up Renteria, the designated player.
Yeah, this would be a good time for either the offense or hit the right field. It looks like the sun is bearing down.
Yeah, that is the local word here, that at this time of day, right field is a real nightmare dealing with the sun as it sets behind us here in the press box. So Deeds with a difficult job, as well as Landrum on the right side, and we'll set the defense for you for San Jose. Xylee Augenstein in left, Sam Brenny in center, Carissa Deeds in right. Curveball on the inside corner, and so far I've seen an awful lot of it. Looks like that curveball from Stephanie Troja.
Yeah, she loves to get her off-speed pitches in. Well, very good at mixing her pitches, and she's not at all scared to pitch with runners on base.
She's got Fisher at first with 1 down. Here's the 0-1. A bluff towards second, but Fisher not going. Freddie Carrillo at third base. Keelan Spencer at short. Haley Landrum at second. Kayla Rooney, the first baseman in the battery. Natasha Sashdiva behind the plate. And Stephanie Troja in the circle. Here's the pitch. Chopped foul. A ball and 2 strikes on Renteria. Palomar comes in with an overall record of 37-5 on a 19-game win streak. They've been almost as dominant in the postseason as San Jose. Sweeps over Citrus and Antelope Valley in the regionals and super regionals. Off-speed pitch, and Renteria well out in front, but manages to get a piece to stay alive. A ball and 2 strikes. Renteria comes in batting .446. A home run, 36 runs batted in. Mount San Antonio College. Previous game, a 2-1 win. They move into the winner's bracket. They will take on the winner of this game in Game 2 tomorrow. And a reminder for everybody watching, all the game times have been moved up by exactly 2 hours tomorrow. So we're going to come on at 9 o'clock from both locations tomorrow. And we will have 6 games of coverage tomorrow, hopefully. Keep an eye on the weather. Hold good thoughts. 3 balls and 2 strikes now the count on Renteria.
Yeah, full count, 2 outs. Normally you would see the runner take off, but not in softball.
Yeah, Sashdiva out to have a brief conversation with Troja.
What I meant is that she can't leave until after the pitch has crossed the place. A little bit different than baseball.
Troja ready. Just inside. So Renteria works a 2-out walk, and an inning that started quietly, now 2 on with 2 out. And here comes Kendall Cates, the catcher for the Comets. Cates comes in batting .414, 2 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Boy, who's not hitting 400 on this team? The team average up near 400 overall. Palomar, winners of the Pacific Coast Conference in the regular season, but San Diego Mesa and Southwestern hung around just a couple of games back. It was a strong Pacific Coast Conference. Comets with a 15-1 record in conference play, able to outlast the competition and win the regular season championship. Up here looking for their 3rd state championship since 2013. That got a piece of the batter. Cates hit by the pitch. And Troja, who retired the first 2 batters, has now put 3 in a row on. The bases are loaded with 2 down. And Allie Hewen, the pitcher, will be the batter.
Yeah, Troja in her last 2 games left a total of 15 runners stranded on base. So she did have 2 shutouts through 5 innings and pitched 10 innings in the Super Regionals, gave up no runs. But 15 runners on base, that's quite a few runners that were left stranded. As I mentioned, she doesn't have any qualms to pitch with runners on base. Yeah,
Troja making her 30th appearance on the season, starting her 22nd game. Her record in outstanding 121-2 with an ERA of 1.63 and 111 2/3 innings pitched. Allowed 90 hits, walked 52, and struck out 70. So I think, Dustin, that's a little bit of what you allude to there. 52 walks in 111 1/3 innings suggests that wildness could be an issue from time to time. So she puts runners on base, and indeed she's filled them up here with 2 outs, and now she'll work to Allie Hewen.
Hewen going to try and help herself out here.
Hewen, a returning sophomore, swings at the first pitch, drives it to deep left center, off the wall. 2 runs will score on the 2-out double by Allie Hewen. Well, Troja there looked like she just wanted to get ahead. And Hewen goes up there looking to be aggressive early in the count and nearly takes this one out for what would have been a grand slam. She'll settle for a 2-run double. And the Comets grab a quick 2-0 lead here in the top of the 1st.
Missed that by just a couple of feet there, Jeff.
Riley Penrod, the batter. Justin Allen, the home plate umpire, here for Game 4. Frank Bispo at first base. Mark Schulman at 3rd base. The pitch to Penrod. Line drive, another base hit to left. This will bring home at least 1 run. They will hold up Hewen at 3rd. The Comets push it to a 3-0 lead.
I'm not sure she got a great jump with 2 outs. That should have been a second.
Yeah, with 2 outs and a base hit to the outfield.
You're going on the swing.
Yeah, you think that Hewen should have a chance. Good job by Augenstein getting on that ball quickly. And no chance, I think, for Hewen there. Got to hold her up. 3-0. McKenna Crawford will be the batter. All this after 2 were out. A single, a walk, a hit batsman, and a double and a single, bringing home 3 runs for the Comets, still batting in the top of the 1st. Crawford becomes the 8th batter of the inning. McKenna Crawford batting .220 on the season, no home runs, 7 runs batted in. Crawford just 41 at-bats in the regular season, but gets the call here in the 8th spot. Trojans pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Comets obviously showed last year they're pretty comfortable in the championship tournament. Pop fly behind short. That's going to drop in for a hit. Hewen will come home with the 4th run of the inning. Six consecutive batters have reached, and Palomar threatening to break this one open early. 4 on the board, and they have batted around. Jillian Zamora will be the hitter. Well, some hard hit balls this inning, and they're just some good placement. Well, Texas Leaguer off the bat of Zamora, but it drops, or I should say off of the bat of Crawford, but it drops in. Yep. Well, you keep putting the ball in play. Good things can happen. Runners at first and second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off the end of the bat, but playable for Landrum, who has it to finally retire the side. But the Comets off to a torrid start. 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, 2 left on base through half an inning. And Palomar on top of San Jose 4-0. Day 1, the 3C2A softball championship here at SoCalCollegeSports.com. Heading to the bottom of the first, and the Comets off to the quick start, a 4 spot on the board in the top half, and the Jaguars coming to bat.
Jeff,
Coach.
I wouldn't guess that San Jose's played from behind a lot this year. So how they come back is going to be a measure in the first couple innings.
38-4 on the season, winners of 19 straight. So if it's happened, it's been a while, one would suspect.
And at some point, you're playing Palomar's reputation.
Hewen's first pitch in there for a strike. Well, we talked about Alan Hewen last year as a freshman. Came in, and I don't have the direct numbers in front of me, but came in with over 40 innings pitched as a freshman with no earned runs allowed on the season. She got the start on the final day, and she did struggle somewhat with Mount San Antonio College, a game that the Mounties ultimately won en route to their championship. But that is just a staggering number, and she's picked it up here as a sophomore and continued to be dominating both in the circle and at the plate. She gets the start here, working to Keelan Spencer, and the count no balls and 2 strikes. Went to the rise ball, taken high for ball 1.
Yeah, Coach. In fact, San Jose has gotten runs in the first inning in their last 3 games. So, this is the opposite of the last 3 games. Let's see if they can get something going here, their half of the first.
Strike 3.
Called strike 3. Spencer started to offer, tried to hold up. It doesn't matter either way. It's a strikeout.
But Palomar's one of those teams like Mount Sac and well, one of them. There aren't very many of them.
First base, number 10.
They're used to being here. They expect to be here. They've been here 17 times in their history, and their pitching coach is Mark Eldridge.
Hewen comes in with a record of 13-1 as she starts her 14th game in the circle, 23rd appearance overall. 77 innings, she's allowed just 31 hits, walked 24, struck out 113, and the ERA 0.73. So there was scarcely any drop-off as a sophomore for Hewen in the circle. Big swing and a miss. Yeah. And the count now, a ball and a strike on Kayla Rooney. Rooney comes in batting .339. No home runs, 24 runs batted in. Rooney will be followed by Freddie Carrillo, and then Maddie Gallagher, if anybody can reach against Hewen.
Ooh.
Off speed, on the outside corner, a ball and 2 strikes. The count now on Rooney. Take a look at the replay, and that one paints the black. The 1-2 to Rooney. Fouled out of play. Kylie Pignoni in left, McKenna Crawford in center, Megan Wachholtz in right for Palomar.
Do we know if Rooney is related to the coach?
Okay, Wachholtz. Okay, I want to make sure we get that right. And many thanks. So Megan Wachholtz called strike 3. Couple of strikeouts for Hewen, and it's a quiet bottom of the first. Of course, we started to say that about the top of the first before the Comets exploded for 4 runs, all after 2 were out.
You know, Coach, I didn't ask Coach Rooney last week in my post-game interview if that is her daughter. Don't want to assume, but they do have the same last name, so it's possible.
Debbie Hunsey Rooney in her 28th season at the helm for San Jose. First pitch to Carrillo, inside a ball.
Yeah, and in 28 seasons, she has 25 playoff victories, or 25 playoff entries.
Hot smash to third, but Fisher up with it and across to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for San Jose in the bottom of the first. Through 1, Palomar with a 4-0 lead. You're watching the 3C2A Softball Championships, Day 1, here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Coach, you want to?
Oh yeah, that's what they're up against. That's a double pitcher's hand.
Yeah, I mean it's the hot corner in baseball, and you're even closer. It's even hotter at that corner when you're talking about softball. And Fisher with the great hands there to end the first inning.
The site is your.
Top of the order due up for Palomar here to start the second inning, and that's Kylie Pignoni taking the breaking ball outside. A ball and no strikes on Pignoni, fly to right. I should say, to be more accurate, lined hard to right. Her first time up. Here's the 1-0. Off the end of the bat, one hopper in the hole. No chance for Spencer. It's going to be an infield hit for Pignoni. There's another ball, Coach. A pretty good pitch from Troja. Gets a lot of what she wants there, but perfectly placed for Pignoni. And Pignoni with the good speed from that left side of the box. No chance.
Yeah, you can only make good pitches. You can't do anything else. But that's just good execution on Palomar's part.
And that'll bring up Wachholtz. Takes the first pitch high. Wahols fly to left. Her first time up.
Yeah, with the short bases in softball, those ground balls to the left side of the infield, if they're soft like that, they're almost impossible to make a play on.
Bunted on the right side. Rooney will go to first. Landrum covering. Successful sacrifice for Wahols. Pignoni at second now with one down, and here comes Sarah Fisher. She got it all started with what seemed like an innocuous two-out single in the first inning.
So, Coach, give me some insight on why you may think Palomar may be bunting here with a 4-run lead here in the early going.
Because they want 5 runs. They're in the perfect situation to go for a run at a time. You can't guarantee a big inning every inning, and at some point a lead becomes insurmountable. So if you have 4, you want 5. It's like when you go fishing. You catch one, you want to catch another.
Obviously, you can have a lot of confidence with that middle of the order that if you put a runner in scoring position with one down, someone's going to pick up that run. Fisher lined into left, a base hit. Pignoni rounding third. They're going to wave her home. She will score standing up.
I rest my case.
And that's it right there. Well, they can't make you look a whole lot better than that, can they, Coach?
No. Well, you got speed. It's the last game remember when the runner got thrown out at third base?
Yep.
Critical error. Because she had enough speed to score from second on a single.
Yeah, is there a more underappreciated, underrated aspect of winning baseball than running the bases?
I don't think so.
So often you see a play on the bases, either a good one or a bad one, that it will have such a dramatic effect on which way an inning goes.
And I found this out when I was very young, reading Jackie Robinson's biography, his autobiography. He said of all the phases of the game of baseball, he liked base running best. And his reasoning was because it was the one thing that can never slump, doesn't have to slump, and that you can control the outcome of a game with. Absolutely right.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with him. 2-0, the count on Renteria. Off-speed pitch.
And I don't think enough is done with base runners. You got natural base runners, but there's so much more that can be done. Coaching them to get the precise angles and
there is an artistry to it that goes beyond just simple fundamentals. When you see players that have that sort of innate sense of picking up the ball where it is and making a play that's unconventional.
Every base is a different issue. For instance, she's at second base right now. Let's say that there's a base hit to left field. It's going to be close at the plate. How does she make her turn at third base to make sure she gets safe by a step as opposed to out by a step? Well, there's things you can do to make sure that your players are executing correctly.
This one twisting foul down the left field line, no balls and a strike. Meanwhile, Troja is really struggling here in that latter part of the first inning, a real struggle. Now she's allowed 3 of 4 to reach. The only out she's been able to get in the second inning was the sacrifice bunt.
Definitely does not look the same. She's pitched a lot of innings here so far in this tournament already. She's the only pitcher that they've used in their first 4 games. So
driven deep to left at the wall and gone. Kendall Cates, a 3-run bomb.
And now we're already facing a mercy rule at this point in time. Still early in the game, though.
3-run home run. Give it up for
the score now 8-0. Well, getting back to what we talked about at the top of this inning, sometimes you can play for the strategic 1 run, and sometimes you still get the big inning, and that's what's happening here. For the Comets, they tried to play for 1. They end up with a 4 spot on the board.
If you play for 1, you get them to defend for 1. That doesn't mean you have to go for 1 the next time. It's each time you have a scoring situation, you have a different way to attack it.
Well, this would have been a hard one to predict at the top of this game. Kendall Cates' 3rd home run of the season has given Palomar an 8-0 lead, and now if you're San Jose, as Dustin alluded to, you got to think about survival mode here, just trying to get inside of that 8. We're still a long way from the mercy rule, but as it stands right now, Palomar can get to the 5th. They can finish this one inside regulation. I should say through the 5th. No balls, 2 strikes.
You know, Jeff, this being the first round matchup here, and that you could still move on to the losers bracket, I'm curious to see is if Coach Rooney maybe pulls Troja here. It's an 8-run deficit. That's it's not insurmountable, but it feels like it may be. And at this point, you know, why not save her for tomorrow?
Sashdiva had a little trouble locating that one off the bat. Might have had a chance. Instead, it falls foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Hewen still alive. She doubled her first time up.
That is not a bad point, and it's certainly worth considering. Depends, you know, everything depends on personnel. Do you have what's the second arm look like, and did she figure to pitch anyway?
In the hole and through for a base hit.
But she's not fooling anybody now. So.
Comets continue to pour it on. Madison Gallagher did lead the team in innings pitched with 115 and 2/3. So there is another arm. They split between Troja and Gallagher for the most part this season. Of course, talking about the Jaguars, and now we'll have a visit to the circle. And for Troja, through 1 1/3, 8 runs allowed. And are we going to have a move? And we will. We will come back with the news on the new pitcher for the Jaguars. Palomar with the 8-0 lead. For San Jose, she comes in with a runner at first and 1 down. She'll work to Riley Penrod. Gallagher had been the DP. So she'll move into the pitcher spot. Still set to lead off next inning, but there's one way to take a player who's been dominating at the plate out of a game. Jump to a huge lead. That's exactly what Palomar has been able to do. A wave and a miss. Gallagher takes a little something off. Count evened up at a ball and a strike on Penrod. Penrod with an RBI single her first time up. And you get a good look at Maddie Gallagher. 1-1 pitch. Fouled out of play. And Gallagher comes in with a record of 17 and 2, making her 28th appearance. 115 and 2/3 innings, allowed 121 hits, walked 36, struck out 62, an ERA of 3.09. So this number suggests maybe not overpowering stuff, but the good record. That one laced into the corner. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Hewen rounding third. They're going to wave her home. Here comes the throw. She's safe. Snap throw back to second, not in time. Penrod with an RBI double. And the Comets just continue to pour it on.
They're very good hitters. And the 3.69 ERA doesn't...
yeah, just a little bit of 3.09, just a little bit over 3, but yeah, that's...
that doesn't jump out at you.
Yeah, and that was a pitch that didn't look like it fooled Penrod.
No.
And here comes McKenna Crawford. She had an RBI single her first time up.
That's what I'm going to start calling it.
Bouncing ball on the right side. Landrum will go to first. They'll throw over to third, not in time. Crawford retired for the second out.
I want to see that one again.
Bang, bang play there. Looked like she might have got underneath that tag, Coach, but I don't know. Very close.
Well, something of a risky play there that Penrod
Ooh,
Yeah, I think they might have gotten her
I
there.
think
That
she's
is
out.
very close.
Yeah, I do too, but she isn't. But
I think she was out.
Just to pick up that extra base, you're already in scoring position. She lets that throw go to first before she even breaks for third.
yeah, she might be getting a little giddy with this.
Jillian Zamora, the batter. A ball and no strikes. Zamora popped to second. Back in the first inning. Base hit into left. Another run coming home. Zamora getting into the act with an RBI single. And with that, 7 of the 9 players with hits already for Palomar through 2 times through the order.
Yeah, and
RBI single by
Troy can't come back in. She's done for the night because she was. The DP goes into play. So
The Comets have batted around in the first 2 innings. We're in the top of the second inning, and Kylie Pignoni, who singles to left, already has 3 at-bats. Now 2 hits. And if you're a Comet fan at this point, at what point do you start thinking, hey, save some for the rest of the weekend? Got 3 more games potentially to win here.
Jaguars are averaging 8 runs a game here so far in the playoffs. You know, Devil's Advocate 10-0 in the second inning. Looks like a blowout, but long way to go here.
And it should say through the first 3 games, the ball is getting out of here. So you can put some runs on the board. We've seen several home runs today. So indeed, no lead is safe, but there doesn't appear to be any stopping the Comets as Megan Waholtz will step in, fly to left, and had a successful sacrifice. The 11th batter of the inning. Zamora at second, Pignoni at first. Gallagher ready. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play. San Jose, 4 consecutive shutouts in the postseason coming into this one, and well, that streak has ended in a big way. Here in game 1, bouncing ball to second, Landrum over to first to retire the side, but another huge inning for the Comets. 6 runs on 7 hits, no errors, 2 left on base through 1.5. The Comets all over the Jaguars 10-0. It's the 3C2A softball championship, day 1 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the second inning. And Maddie Gallagher set to lead things off. Change up high from Hewen. Big swing and a miss for Gallagher, and we alluded to the numbers at the top. 582, the batting average, 15 home runs, 63 runs batted in. The 15 home runs led the 3C2A. The 582 average led the 3C2A. Of course, with that point, I really should have looked up if this was a Triple Crown winner here and the 62 runs batted in. It seemed like the only natural thing to do was going through the statistics. I know she was the leader in those two categories. And she's ahead in the count now, 2 balls and 1 strike. And if you're Allie Hewen, thinking here, well, off the end of the bat, a little bit of trouble for Hewen, and Gallagher's going to be safe. I don't know how they're going to score this one and see here. I think Hewen may be anticipating a little more speed, or a little more spin on that ball than there really was. Yeah, a ball that certainly should have been played by Hewen.
You know, in a 10-0 game, it didn't matter. I know nobody was going to say it, but if you noticed when Gallagher was hitting there, her back foot was actually slightly out of the box, which technically, they can't do that. So.
Well, that's not quite true. They have to be completely out for it to be a violation. It's just on the line, obliterating the line. It's fine.
That'll bring up Troha. And Troa becomes the designated player with Gallagher now doing the pitching. I believe I misspoke there. It's Troja. I've been getting that one right, though. No balls and 2 strikes to count now on Troja. Gallagher at first, reaching on the error to lead off the second. Down on strikes. Hewen blows the fastball by her. 3rd strikeout in the first 5 hitters for Allie Hewen. Averaging well over a strikeout an inning on the season as Allie Hewen, and that brings up Natasha Sashdiva. Sashdiva batting .300 on the season, 2 home runs, 23 runs batted in. First pitch down the middle for a strike.
Nice zip there from Hewen. She really is bringing the fastball nice tonight.
Yeah, seems to work off the fastball for the most part.
Yeah, she's a quality pitcher.
In on the hands, lined to Robinson at short, who has it for the out. Hewen working inside, and Sashdiva retired on the line out, and that'll bring up Xylee Augenstein. Augenstein batting .388 on the season, 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Hewen into the wind. Here's the pitch on the inside corner, and Hewen gets that call on the inside corner. If she can continue to paint that inside corner, that's a ball that I think you can't really do much in terms of hitting it. It's too much in on the hands. That's just perfect location. Here's the 0-1 to Augenstein. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, and I mentioned Mark Eldridge before. He's the Hall of Fame coach for Palomar. Retired, except he works with the pitchers and calls pitches, and he's retired except when he doesn't want to be. But
rise ball high and in.
There's nobody better at that particular duty. So he's reading stances, he's looking at weaknesses, and he's exploiting it.
He's done good work with Allie Hewen over the last near 2 years. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Popped up, shallow center, but playable for Crawford. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left on base through 2 complete. All Comets, all the time. They lead at 10-0. You're watching the 3C2A Softball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the third inning.
Number 13, Sarah.
A trip through the heart of the order for Palomar. Fisher, Renteria, and Cates. Gallagher back in the circle. First offering a curve ball on the outside corner, called strike one.
Top of four.
Top of third. Fisher 2 for 2. A pair of base hits. Change up a beauty. Freezes Fisher, no balls and 2 strikes. Fisher came in batting .471. Well, she's chasing .500 now, too. 2 more hits. Here's the 0-2 from Gallagher. Fisher takes that one outside. Already the third time through the order for the Comets here in the top of the third. And you see the score. Palomar on top, 10-0. Driven deep to left. Forget about it. It's out of here. Sarah Fisher, a solo shot to get things started in the third. And there is just no stopping the Comets.
Solo home run. Give it up one more time for Sarah Fisher.
Gets those arms extended, coach, and what the power to Fisher. That was one that was on the outside corner, and she just reaches out and takes that one well over the wall. This was a no-doubter. Maybe even a little bit fooled by that pitch, and
yeah, it looks like
still got the power on there.
It didn't even look like she put the barrel on.
For Fisher, that is home run number 6. That ties her for the team lead with Riley Penrod. 11-0 Palomar. Change up a little high, a ball, and no strikes to count on Renteria. She has walked twice in 2 trips. Gallagher rocks and fires. Pumps one in there for a strike, a ball and a strike on Renteria. Cates waiting on deck. Gallagher trying to work that inside corner. Misses low, 2 balls and a strike.
It's Gallagher's first pitching performance in the playoffs, and you know she doesn't seem to have much out there right now.
Well, that was a little more than a hit an inning. She's going to, shall we say, rely on the fielders behind her to make some plays, and she is in here against a real buzzsaw, a great hitting team that seems to be seeing the ball like a big watermelon right now at the plate. Here's the 3-1. Fouled off by Renteria, full count. And is that something that is true or something of a myth in terms of when a team gets it going, bouncing ball to short, backhanded by Spencer, but she's just going to have to hold the ball. This will be an infield hit for Renteria. That when a team really gets it going, can they feed off of each other? Does it really elevate the whole team?
You're watching it happen.
Right?
Yeah, it gets contagious.
Yeah, I'd like to say in baseball, softball, that happens more so than any other sport where when one player really gets the groove going, the other team can really feed off that vibe.
Well, right now, the Comets are dialed in up and down the order. Here is Kate. She homered her last time up. Also hit by a pitch. 2 runs scored, 3 runs batted in the game for Kendall Cates, who came in batting .414.
You're intentionally engineering the game at first base.
We'll have a pinch runner for Renteria.
Antoinette Robinson.
Antoinette Robinson, who is the flex, playing shortstop tonight for Palomar, and she will run now for Renteria at first base. The first pitch in there for a strike for Gallagher on Kendall Cates. No balls and a strike, the count. Good cut for Cates, and she fouls it straight back, and that's usually an indication that you didn't miss it by much. You found one straight back. No balls and 2 strikes to count now on Cates, and it's got to be a shell-shocked San Jose team right now.
It is. Coming
in on a long winning streak, hadn't allowed a run in 5 games.
And you asked about the contagion of
high fly ball left center, playable. Rennie will take it for the out.
The contagion success for Palomar goes the other way for San Jose. I don't see them coming out, at least not. I mean, you used the right word, shell-shocked. This hasn't happened to them, so they don't know what they're supposed to do.
First out of the inning, and that'll bring up Hewen. 2 for 2, a single and a double. 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. She's also thrown 2 shutout innings. Robinson with a bluff towards second, off-speed pitch, a ball. 1-0 the count on Hewen. Riley Penrod waiting on deck.
I wonder if it has anything to do with them playing the last game of the day here.
No. Last game, first game, none of that matters because they all have plenty of time to arrange their schedule. Tomorrow it could matter. I mean, the early game is going to be a problem.
Yeah, they will be in the second game, but it becomes an earlier game because everything gets moved up by 2 hours, so they got to be ready before noon.
Yeah, before they're used to. There's no other time in the year that they would be playing this schedule.
Robinson breaks for second, the throw down on a hop, and Robinson is safe with a stolen base. Three balls and no strikes, meanwhile, the count on Hewen. Robinson now at second with 1 down. Gallagher ready. Here's the pitch. Called strike 1.
They also did play home games in the Super Regionals. They were playing at their home field, so that, traveling here to Bakersfield, obviously there's a little bit more added pressure.
Yeah, and that's where experience might be a bit of a factor as well for a team like Palomar that travels a lot and has so much success because they're coming from way down in the San Diego area. On the short hop, Spencer across to get Hewen.
I'll repeat the comparison. Palomar's been here 17 times, San Jose 3, and not since 2008.
Yep.
It's a new experience. And
the Comets got all the way till Championship Sunday last year before finally falling in a thriller to Mount San Antonio College. They very nearly forced the 1-game decider.
Yeah, they don't play their season hoping to get to the state finals. They expect it.
Well, if you look ahead to tomorrow and a potential matchup with Mount San Antonio College, that's good news, bad news. They're not going to be intimidated by the Mounties by any stretch of the imagination, but it's
the Mounties,
an extremely talented opponent. It's going to get even tougher.
That's true enough, but the Mounties didn't just won in a walk-off against Sacramento by 1 run. I mean, so it's going to be a very even game.
No question. Here's the 0-2. Curveball outside to Penrod. She's 2 for 2, a single and a double. A couple of runs batted in. Trying to pick up Robinson at second with 2 down. Gallagher's pitch. Off speed, well outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Penrod. Brianna Wheeler had to go extra innings for the Mounties. Line just foul. Missed by about a foot or 2.
Another hard hit ball, though. They've just been smashing the ball from the top to the bottom of the lineup here tonight.
And with the hit now for Renteria, only 1 player without a base hit for the Comets in the lineup. And many of them with more than 1 hit here as they bat the 3rd time through the order. It's been an explosion at the plate for the Comets. Here's the 2-2. And again, Gallagher going to that curveball, but Penrod not offering, and it's a full count.
This may sound disrespectful, but for Palomar right now, this is a little bit more than batting practice, a little bit less than batting practice for tomorrow. And they're getting
long drive on the track. Augenstein pulls it in to retire the side. I'll tell you, Riley Penrod just missed it.
Yeah.
A little too much air on that one, a long flyout, but the Comets add another run on the home run by Sarah Fisher. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Heading to the bottom of the third, Palomar on top of San Jose, 11-0. The 3C2A softball championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. New pitcher for the Comets, Catalina Aguilar. A couple of other changes, and we'll get those to you as this inning progresses. For Aguilar, makes her 32nd appearance in the circle, a record of 17-2, an ERA of 1.67. In 121 2/3, 95 hits allowed, 25 walks, 125 strikeouts. So it's not a big drop-off here, but again, I think, guys, I don't think you need to be genius here to figure out that this one is a little look maybe toward tomorrow and keeping Hewen as an option. Aguilar into the wind. First pitch in there for a strike.
I actually really like that coaching decision there from the Comets. It's really smart to save Hewland moving forward. I mean, it's an 11-0 game right now. Even if you are to give up a few runs here in return, that's not going to really change the outcome of this one.
Off-speed pitch, off the end of the bat, fair ball down the left field line. Brenny, rounding first to throw, comes in, and Brenny dives in safely. I think that throw beat Brenny, but it comes in on a hop.
Good throw, and she's out.
So Brenny ends up at second with a double. I'll bring up Haley Landrum, the first hit of the game for San Jose here in the bottom of the third.
I wonder if they give a single and an error there. I mean, the throw beat her by quite a few steps. That might be a throwing error on that.
Yeah, I'll check that with Andrew Wheeler.
I don't believe so. I don't think you do that. They didn't tag her out.
Aguilar into the wind. First pitch to Landrum. This is going to be trouble. Everybody's going to be safe. Bunt single for Landrum. And it looked like Fisher just not ready for that ball at third base. Nobody home as you watch the replay. Once this gets by Aguilar, no chance.
Perfectly placed bunt there. Absolutely nothing the infield could do on that to record now. It all starts with one. You can't score 11 runs in one hitter.
You can't hit an 11-run home run, but they got runners at the corners, nobody out. And Keelan Spencer,
that's only $6 a dozen.
top of the order up for San Jose. Struck out her first time up.
You can't beat it. Now Now batting the leadoff hitter, the shortstop number 12, Keelan Spencer.
Well, as we're getting to the end of the night here, we've got $6 for 12 hot dogs given away here in the stands.
You can't argue with the price. First pitch to Spencer on the outside corner.
Actually, I did earlier in the day.
Yeah, I think I just bought one for regular price 20 minutes ago. Story of my life right there. I think they finally said, well, we got one sucker to buy one at regular price. Now we can drop the price. No balls and a strike on Spencer. Rise ball and Spencer lays off. Count evened up, a ball and a strike.
But you know what, Jeff? I don't know. Were you going to eat 12 hot dogs?
Well, how much time do I have? They're not too big. They're somewhat manageable. No Joey Chestnut, but I tell you, in this group, though, I don't know, we got some guys who maybe would have a shot. Back to the box. Aguilar goes to first. Brenny holds at third. Landrum takes second. Terrific play by Aguilar in the circle to retire Spencer. Runners at second and third now with one down. And Kayla Rooney will be the batter.
First baseman number 10, Kayla Rooney.
We just have to run long XLRs, but that's not possible. Oh, yeah,
First pitch to Rooney. One ball and no strikes. Rooney struck out her first time up. Look at Catalina Aguilar in the circle. Here's the 1-0 to Rooney. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. So Allie Hewen moves from the circle to shortstop, replacing Antoinette Robinson. Kat Aguilar coming in to handle the pitching. Second and third. Here's the 2-0 to Rooney. Lined.
Fair ball.
That's a fair ball. 2 runs will score. San Jose
You're
on
out.
the board. The play at second. They got her. Well, you put a couple on the board, but oh, guys, you can't afford to give away outs on the base pass. Trying to extend this game, and Rooney trying to take second. Thrown out on a strike from Pignoni.
Yeah, I think actually the more key to that play was the out than the 2 runs scoring, because they had a rally going. They still would have had a runner on with 1 out, more opportunity. Now there's 2 outs, nobody on. Sure, you put up 2 runs, but you're down by 9.
Yeah, you're still outside of 8 runs, 9 runs. And I did want to correct, that was Fisher on the cutoff. High chopper to short. Hewen, easy play to first to retire the side. And we'll break that down some more when we return for the 4th inning. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Heading to the 4th, Palomar leading San Jose 11-2. It's the 3C2A Softball Championship, Day 1 on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
the bench. They've been getting some of these other players playing time here, and that's typically what you do in a game such as this.
An opportunity to get some at-bats for some of the other players. Riley comes in batting .386, 17 for 44 on the season. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Gallagher. High and away.
Hot the red, yeah?
Ball and a strike.
Hey, hot the red, yeah? Yeah, hot's bottom,
Gallagher came on in the second to replace Troja. Line to short. Spencer there for the out. Good contact for Riley. One down. That'll bring up Jillian Zamora, 1 for 2. Singled and popped to second.
Jillian Zamora.
Back through the box and a base hit for Zamora. Just when it looked like Maddie Gallagher might be settling down somewhat. Retired 4 in a row. Zamora with a sharp single back up the middle. That'll bring up Pignoni, who's 2 for 3.
Yeah, she had retired 4 in a row, but she's been getting hit hard. There's been a lot of solid contact so far, all the way through off Troya and off her. So, you know, the Comets just continuously swinging the stick well today, and hopefully that for them that could lead into the rest of this tournament.
Yeah, 3 nip and tuck ball games in our first 3 games. High drama, could have gone either way, and it's the Comets who are making the day one statement here with a big performance here in Game 4.
Yeah, nip and tuck took a sneak.
Pignoni ready. Here's the 1-0. Fouled out of play. Kylie Pignoni coming in with an average of .432. No home runs, 31 runs batted in. Coming into action in this one.
Jeff, do they have any hitters that are hitting under 400? It seems like you're telling me almost all of them.
It's a rare sighting indeed. 1-1, lifted to left. Augenstein moving back on the track and has it.
Great play there.
Number 2.
Great play moving back for Augenstein out there in left field. Was not a simple play.
I'll tell you, Pignoni's hit the ball hard 4 times. 2 for 4 on the night, and that'll bring up Waholtz. 0 for 2 with a successful sacrifice. Zamora at first with 2 down. Comets leading it by 9, and the Jaguars trying to get inside that mercy roll before the end of 5. See if they can keep this one alive. No balls and a strike. Gallagher winds and delivers a shot into right center. Cut off by Deeds. That's going to hold Waholtz to a long single on the play. Zamora over to third. Runners at the corners with 2 down, and Sarah Fisher will be the batter. She's had a huge night at the plate. 3 for 3 with a home run.
Deeds out there in right field was able to save a run, cuts that ball off nicely, otherwise that would have gone into the gap.
Yeah, no question. Another rope off the bats of the Comets, and Waholtz gets her first hit, and, well, guys, it's official. Everybody in the lineup's had a base hit now.
Wow, that's something else.
I didn't want to name names, but Waholtz was the last one who'd yet to get in on the hit party. She delivers a base hit there, and here comes Fisher, and she has had a huge night already. She comes up with 2 runners on here. Gallagher rocks and fires. And drop ball in there for a strike.
Slow zoom on the batter. Slow zoom, slow zoom.
The 0-1 pitch. Off speed outside, a ball and a strike now on Fisher. Susan came in batting .471, and now the chase for 500 is on with 3 more hits. She's getting close. Curveball, tails outside, 2 balls and a strike.
tighter on the batter here, Ryan. Thank you.
There you get a look at the sophomore Sarah Fisher for Palomar. 2-1 pitch. And Fisher might have been a little bit out in front on that one, fouls it out of play.
It's a pretty big spot here for Gallagher and the Jaguars. If they want to have any opportunity to keep this game extending, they need to hold them right here at 11 runs.
Yeah, certainly can't afford to trade any runs. 2-2 to Fisher. Slow curve outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Samantha Renteria waiting on deck.
Really on deck batter, on deck batter. After this pitch.
Payoff pitch to Fisher.
See ya.
Driven to center field and deep at the wall. Brenny has it to retire the side.
By the center fielder Brenny for out number
Fisher
3.
almost went downtown. Settles for the long fly out to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning and we watch Fisher's drive as Brenny makes the catch at the wall. It's the 3C2A softball championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Looks to me like that would have gone out if she didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Just based on that.
No, I think you're right. I just didn't want to get into all that. Like the person, like I was like, I'd say that. Then I got
raise her glove too high. It makes me wonder how high those fences are. Doesn't seem very high.
Then I got to explain it, and then it's like.
She wasn't very tall. It seemed like that was right at her head, but if you look at the camera, it's definitely
The
above
California
the
Community College Athletic Association wants to thank the Coaches Association for their efforts to support this championship. The Coaches Association has provided event management and venue administration associated with this premier 3C2A championship, and the leadership of the coaches has been vital to the success of today's event. The 3C2A is truly proud to count them as an affiliate organization. If you haven't done so already, they are conducting a silent auction to raise funds for the Coaches Association. Please check out all the items that were located near the entrance. Bids will be taken up until the Gallagher.
Maddie Gallagher coming to the plate for San Jose. Palomar with the big lead. Kat Aguilar in the circle. Fly ball down the left field line, and Pignoni tracks it down. Gallagher looked for a moment like she was set to give that one a ride, but a little bit out in front. And
Solid
for
contact.
Pignoni, for Pignoni, a long run, but makes the catch to retire Gallagher for the first out, and that'll bring up Stephanie Troja.
Number 1, Stephanie
Troja, a strikeout victim, her first time up. Aguilar winds and delivers, and again, first pitch swinging, fouled away.
Yeah, for the Comets, that's the pitcher's best friend with 9-run lead, and to get 1 pitch out. Exactly what they're looking for.
Troja on the season with 8 home runs, second on the team. 38 runs batted in, came in batting .363. Bats here with the bases empty and 1 down. 0-1 pitch, changeup, freezes Troja, no balls and 2 strikes.
I knew what you were talking about because I'm like,
That's a great job by Aguilar taking a little something off, and Troja now in a hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Tried the outside corner and missed.
Little tighter on the pitcher.
Natasha Sashdiva
Little tighter on the
waiting
pitcher.
in the on-deck circle for San Jose. Aguilar delivers, fouled out of play.
Can you ask your center fielder cameraman just to tell us what number the center fielder is? I was like, sure, we just want to know her number.
He doesn't have talkback capability.
Oh, he doesn't. Okay.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's a one-way street.
Oh, okay. We just don't know if the umpire forgot to give us a change or not.
I'm pretty sure it was a double. Craig.
Troja lays off 2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
Her number. Center fielder. Center fielder. Zoom inside.
She put in Taylor Riley, and I didn't get any change of that sheet, so then he took her back out.
Okay, I guess I gotta wait for her to turn. Yeah.
Here's the 2-2 from Aguilar. Again outside. Count goes full on Troja.
It was a good eye there from Troja. She's putting a good at-bat up here. And the last thing Aguilar wants to do is a walk here, so you expect a strike to be poured down here on a full count.
Payoff to Troja. On the outside corner. Called strike 3 on Troja. Take a look at the replay, and Aguilar again on the black.
Now batting the catcher,
Check
number
out that
3,
umpire's strike 3 call there. That's a little different.
It's theatrical.
Yeah, a little bit.
He didn't go all Dutch Renner, did he?
No.
Going all the way back. It's
Dutch Renner, huh? Busting out the old
yeah,
school.
I went way back for that one. Let's face it, there's nothing recent with me. No balls and a strike on Sashdiva, line to short. Her first time up. 2 outs, bases empty. Jaguars batting in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 0-1 foul back to the screen. Taylor Riley replacing McKenna Crawford in center field, so one defensive change to tell you about for Palomar. Here's the 0-2 to Sashdiva, just outside.
Perfect 0-2 pitch. I can't think of a better spot.
Yeah, went to the curveball, and it's a great job by Sashdiva to lay off. Ball and 2 strikes. Sashdiva came in batting .300. That one high and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 4 runs in the first, 6 runs in the second for the Comets. They came out in a house of fire. Grabbed control of this one early on. Fly ball deep center. Riley at the track, looks up, it's gone. A little something for the Jaguar faithful to get excited about. Sashdiva. See, this is a breaking ball on the outside corner, and Sashdiva gives this one a ride, and that was full-on, coach, to the deepest part of the ballpark.
Yeah, she got it all. Little quick.
For Sashdiva, her 3rd home run on the season. Now it's 11-3.
As you saw in that replay there, too, she was sitting on that curveball, was looking for it, and she gave it everything she had right on top of that pitch. Now the mercy rule is coming into play here.
That's exactly it.
1 more run is what they need to keep this game extended a little bit further, and, you know, a couple more innings, you really never know what could happen.
Well, again, the ball is getting out of here so far, so you can put some runs on the board. But indeed, Dustin, first things first, you got to extend the game. Right now, it's 11-3. Augenstein, the batter, she flied to center. Her first time up. No balls and a strike. Way outside. You think about it now, you're at 11-0, you're in a great position to potentially wrap this one up in 5 innings. That would have only been 3 more innings for Allie Hewen. They go to Aguilar, who's been very good this season, but now the game now in real danger of being extended.
Extended, but it's not going to be extended past 7. So.
5 innings.
Yeah, so I'm not sure that's a big deal to anybody but us. Been here all day.
we say maybe us and Allie Hewan's parents.
Yeah, and people that cook the hot dogs. They cook too
Now
many-
apparently their job is done.
Yeah,
We've
well,
gotten the word that the hot dogs are gone.
They cooked too many hot dogs, so they got a fire sale.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count.
Maybe giving them away free on the way out the door here.
That would've been-
Here's the pitch. Augenstein starts to hold up. I don't know if she got a piece or was that a foul ball?
Definitely a foul. That's what the umpire signaled there. Looked like it hit the barrel of her bat, maybe? Well, we're going to get a good shot of it here. Ooh.
Maybe I thought I saw the ball change direction a little bit. Either way,
Still a strike.
Tough to
yeah,
see
Justin
on that
Allen
one.
right on top of it and makes the call. Off-speed pitch inside. Full count now on Augenstein.
Jaguars still putting up good at-bats here.
Another full count for for Aguilar. She's ready. Here's the payoff pitch. High fly ball.
Got it.
And
Doesn't
Riley lost the handle, perhaps fighting the lights on the towering fly ball off the bat of Xylee Augenstein. And we'll take a look at the replay here. And
She just dropped it. There's no light
Riley
there.
under that one and just has it pop out.
First mistake the Comets have made really all game long.
Yeah. A couple of errors in the field, but again, Dustin, to your point, that's about as much as gone wrong. Now Sam Brenny will be the hitter. She doubled her first time. Try and set that aside and go back to work. And
Work on the batter. Time for the batter. Get the batter out, the runner at second, not going to make a lot of difference.
that brings up Brenny. Doubled and scored in the third. Swings at the first pitch on the right side, but foul.
That could have been tricky.
Yeah, Riley Penrod was there. If she picks that one up, if she can get to it in time, she's going to be able to put the tag on Brenny and end the inning.
Coach, what do you feel about taking a strike every hitter at this point for the Jaguars?
Well, you're asking the wrong person. I think if you're a hitter, and the first thing you see that you like, go for it. Otherwise, you start to lose your aggressiveness and start thinking instead of hitting.
Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Brenny. Aguilar rocks and fires. Brenny just stays alive.
So not a fan of taking a strike approach.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm a fan of hitting. And more damage is done by hitting the ball hard. You hit the ball hard when you find your pitch. So you look for your pitch when you get it. I would never like to take the bat out of a batter's hands.
0-2 on Brenny.
By the same token, you depend on your hitters to be disciplined enough to know what not to swing at. The one thing you can't guarantee is where the ball's going. It leaves the pitcher's hand.
Unless you're a guy like Barry Bonds.
0-2 pitch. Outside.
I think he was one of the few players I've seen that just, it felt like he was above the game when you watched him play.
Yeah, when you say a player like Barry, there was only Barry Bonds. There's nobody like Barry Bonds.
One, 2 from Aguilar, rise ball, and Brenny takes it for ball 2.
Great at-bat here. She's already seen 6 pitches. fouled off quite a few, worked away from an 0-2 count. This whole inning they've been putting up good at-bats. Sashdiva was also down 0-2 before she hit her home run.
Looking for a measure of momentum. Perhaps moving forward. That one cued foul. Starting to fight off these pitches from Aguilar, who doesn't seem to have the same ability to get that punch out when she gets to 2 strikes that you saw from Allie Hewen in the first couple of innings.
There's a reason Hewen started this game and is going to start tomorrow's game.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Well, as if to shut me up.
Well, I mean, that was great location.
Aguilar
Nobody gets
fans Brenny to end the inning.
Nobody's going to hit that pitch because it's way out, that far off the plate.
1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on base. We're heading to the 5th. Palomar leading 11-3. It's the 3C2A softball championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the 5th inning. Renteria, Cates, and Hewen due up for Palomar against Maddie Gallagher. Gallagher ready. Here's the pitch. First pitch swinging, driven to center. Brenny at the wall and has it for the out.
Jeez, again out there in center field. That's back-to-back plays on the defensive end where Brenny out in center field makes a good play. And again, if you look at the glove, I think those both would have been home runs.
Yeah, it's possible that those were both. Certainly the one at the end of last inning, I don't think there's any question that she reached up and took away what would have been a home run. That was very close as well. So Brenny putting on a show in center field. A couple of long outs, and every run so important here for San Jose. They still need to put another run on the board. Otherwise, if the score stays as it is now, it's over at the end of 5. Foul ball for Cates. She's 1 for 2, homered back in the 2nd inning. A 3-run shot. She's also been hit by a pitch. 3 runs batted in.
The one thing I've liked to see from the Jaguars here today, Jeff, is that they are still emotionally in this game. After that play in center field, their whole team jumped and celebrated. And, you know, you're down by 8. You don't feel like celebrating normally, but they're up there playing the game, and they're not, not shy about having a good time.
Solid glove work continues. Spencer on 1 hop over to first to retire Cates. And I think if you're on the Comets side, still hitting the ball hard. Here they seemingly have never stopped. So 2 down, base is empty, and that'll bring up Hewen. She's 2 for 3, a single and a double. That one well high. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, if you're a San Jose fan, you were hoping that we would be talking about what Maddie Gallagher is doing at the plate. In this one, it's been more about her coming on in the circle to replace Troja. A ball and a strike on Hewen.
Yeah, after her first inning or 2 of work where she got beat up quite a bit, she's really settled in nicely here. The past few innings, she hasn't given up any runs and kept it at the 11-run mark.
Yeah, the home run to Fisher to start the 3rd, and at that point, she hasn't given up a run since then, a couple of more hits, but has started to settle into something of a groove to try and keep it where it is right now, 11-3. 2 balls and a strike the count on Hewen. Gallagher ready. Here's the pitch on the inside corner, and both pitchers continue to get that call, working that inside corner. Take a look at the replay, and that one tailing inside, but got enough of the plate. Here's the 2-2. Off-speed pitch up in the zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Penrod would be next. Gallagher's pitch down the right field line. It's going to drop in and skip past Deeds. Hewen going to end up at second. Her 3rd hit of the night. 3 for 4 with a couple of doubles. And this one just placed perfectly. And a tough hop for Deeds, who gets it back in, but Hewen at second, and Penrod will be the batter.
For Deeds out there in right field, you got to keep that ball in front of you. Save that 90 feet there. 60. Oh, yeah, 60, exactly.
You got to do the math. First pitch popped up. Center field, and Brenny.
Nice
a little struggle to come up with that one, but makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 5th. Palomar trying to close it out. They lead at 11-3 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. The order: Keelan Spencer, Kayla Rooney, due up. Kat Aguilar in the circle trying to finish this one out.
For the Jaguars, second baseman number 33, Haley.
The Jaguars need a run to keep playing here.
This could be an important half inning for the Jaguars, not specifically maybe for this game, but moving forward, you know, to try to gain some momentum going into tomorrow if they're going to be playing in the losers bracket, which looks like they may.
First pitch to Landrum. Jammed. 1 hop to second. Zamora over to first just in time. Well, Landrum getting down the line and nearly beat that one out. Take a look at the pitch here. Riding up inside, and this is just a great job by Zamora at second base. Bang, bang play at first. 1 down, and that'll bring up Spencer. 0 for 2, struck out, and grounded back to the circle. Palomar in this postseason, coming off a shortened victory in the Super Regionals, and the clinching win, an 8-0 win against Antelope Valley. They're trying to make it 2 in a row here. They can finish off the 5th inning inside the distance.
That was the same final in San Jose's Super Regional, 8-0 over Reedley.
Yeah, back-to-back. A dominating run through the playoffs, but that has come to a screeching halt here on day 1 against Palomar. Both these teams back in action tomorrow. If this score holds, Palomar will play at 11:30 against Mount San Antonio College here at Bakersfield College. Meanwhile, The Jaguars will be back in action at Cal State Bakersfield. And they will be taking on Sac City. That one hits Spencer. She'll head down to first. A runner aboard with one down. That game, the Sac City San Jose game, will also be at 11:30. And we will have all of the games for you, regardless of location, right here on SoCal College Sports.
Both of those games should be good games. Sac City played a close matchup earlier, and I know San Jose is going to want to come out tomorrow and play better than they did today.
Absolutely. And both those teams will be fighting for survival. Rooney stands in, Aguilar ready. Soft line drive and laying out. Hewen makes the catch. Spencer alertly able to get back to prevent the double play. But how about Allie Hewen in the circle at the plate, now at shortstop. Two down.
Got a little excited there. There was really no need for a throw, but she was pumped up after making that catch and says, I'm going to throw it anyways.
Trying to get out of here. Two down, and that'll bring up Carrillo. She's grounded out twice. High chopper to third, Fisher to first, and the Comets close it out 11-3 in 5 innings. That wraps up our coverage here today. Palomar against Mount Sac tomorrow. Of course, you can follow all of the scores in the brackets on the 3C2A site, CCAAsports.org. Once again, final score, Palomar 11, San Jose 3. For everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com, we will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. from Bakersfield and Cal State Bakersfield with wall-to-wall coverage of Day 2. So long, everybody.